In this demo, I'm going to use this one picture to talk about all the cranial nerves that pass through the infratemporal and pterygopalatine fossae, and knock off 3 parasympathetic ganglia in this region. Please keep in mind that this is only a schematic to show the pathways of each nerve. It does not necessarily reflect the exact anatomical relationship of these structures. The 3 main cranial nerves passing through the infratemporal and pterygopalatine fossae are 5, 7, and 9. Cranial nerve 5, trigeminal in orange, 7 in blue, and 9 in green. The 3 parasympathetic ganglia I will be covering are the pterygopalatine, optic, and submandibular ganglion. Let's start by talking about the cranial nerve 5. All branches of cranial nerve 5 drawn here provide sensory innervation to the face. Besides, they also provide infrastructural pathways for parasympathetic innervation from cranial nerve 7 and 9 to reach their target organs. That means every single nerve that comes out of each ganglia here, although not being colored orange, is a branch of cranial nerve 5. Let's now talk about the parasympathetic innervations. Cranial nerve 7 comes up from the pons, gives off its first branch, the greater petrosal nerve. This nerve passes through the pterygoid canal, changes name to the nerve of the pterygoid canal, and then reaches the pterygopalatine ganglion synapses. From there, parasympathetic postganglionic axons hitchhike on the zygomatic nerve of V2 and lacrimal nerve of V1 to reach the lacrimal gland. The axon also travels with the nasal palatine nerve to the nasal cavity, the greater and lesser palatine nerves to the hard and soft palate, and also the pharyngeal nerve to the pharynx. The second branch of cranial nerve 7 is the chorda tympani. It passes across the tympanic membrane and hitchhikes with the lingual nerve of V3. The autonomic fibers synapse at the submandibular ganglion to innervate the submandibular and sublingual glands, and the special sensory fibers of chorda tympani reach the anterior 2/3 of the tongue to sense taste. The third branch of the facial nerve is the facial nerve proper, but I will not be covering it here. So the last cranial nerve here is the cranial nerve 9, which gives off its autonomic branch, the lesser petrosal nerve, to the optic ganglia, where it synapses and then hitchhikes with the auricular temporal nerve to innervate the parotid gland. And here you have the cranial nerves passing through the infratemporal fossa and the pterygopalatine fossa.